welcome to our house. We're going to show you about a 7 or 8 minute video. We're going to go rather fast and just show you the important items. First off is if there were to be a major leak in the house, just pull lever here. It's blue plastic. If you pull it up, it turns all the water off in the house. Push it back down and the water is on. Now let's go in the house and look at the thermostat real quick. The thermostat is on the wall, and if you look, the bottom left button, if we push it and we push it again, it'll blink 3 things. It'll blink off, cool, or heat. For example, let's say we wanted to do air conditioning, we push again and cool is blinking. Now we're going to push done, and then it'll show the temperature in the house currently and the temperature that we want to take it to. If I push the button down, for example, to 74 degrees, the air conditioning is now going to be on and go to 74 degrees. If I want to turn everything off, basically all I do is go over here, have it blink again, and I get to off, and then I hit done. And that's it. Now let's do the washer dryer. We have a front load washer. We have soap here. We put our clothes in. We put one of these packets in. We close the door. For example, we hit normal, casual, and we hit start. I'm sorry, we hit start in the middle. So we hit normal and we hit start and you hear it go on. If we had to stop it for some reason, we'd hit stop down here. Basically, the dryer is pretty much the same thing. We open the door, we put items in. For example, hit delicate, we hit start, and you hear it go. If we want to stop it, we just hit this.
Heat is over here.
Now in the kitchen, quickly, we have the large refrigerator freezer. When we open it and then close it, it sucks the air out and you can't open it back up for about 15 seconds. So don't get concerned if you can't open, just wait 15 seconds and it'll open up. If you'd like to make coffee in the morning, this coffee maker has a bin in the top that completely pulls out. We fill it with beans and we put this top on and we put this back in. Then we take our carafe, we fill it with water, and we pour it into the side next to the beans. And then we see a water gauge on the side that shows how much water, depending on how many cups you want to make. We put the lid back on, put the carafe in. The only major thing is we want to make sure that this bin here is in place, empty and clean, because when the beans grind, they're going to blow down in there. So when we put this in and it locks in place, and we hit the start button, we'll hear a grinding sound, such as that, and then you know you're good.
Show them where the coffee beans are.
The coffee beans are over here on the right. If we lift this, they'll be right inside.
In the small canister.
In the sink here, if we run any raw food down, we hit this button and it'll garbage disposal will run. You can hear it running. If we need hand soap, we just push this. If we need tap water, we push this. As far as the range, it's all gas, so once we turn it on, it clicks right on. If we want to use this light, there's a button up above. If we want to draw off heat or smoke, we push this. It's a 3-way toggle. It goes faster and faster, and on the left, it'll turn off. For the microwave, we basically open the door, put an item in, close the door, and then the button that says Micro Express, every time we push it, it adds 30 seconds. If we want to stop, we just hit the off button on the right-hand side. For the Bosch oven, you can see it's just a basic standard oven when you open the door. We start by hitting cooking mode and it'll flash. With the rotary dial, you can pick whatever type you want. For example, this says Bake 350. Then we hit temperature. It's going to, let's say we want it a little warmer. We turn the dial 375 and we hit start. Now it's going to preheat. Once it gets up to its temperature, it'll beep and everything's good. When we're all done, we hit upper cancel, and after a few minutes, if it still beeps at you, you want to hit upper cancel again. Now let's take a stroll outside real quick. Actually, let's do the TV first before we go outside. You've got a major remote control here. The top button on the left called TV power. We hit that and hold it down for about 5 seconds. The TV will come on, take about 20 seconds to come on because it's video based. And then down below is the sound system. So that's why you have to hold this button for 5 seconds, because it kicks on both the TV and the sound system. And you can always check it down here. And if it didn't come on, you can do it manually with this button. So if you watch, you'll hear it click when I turn it off. and it clicks when it goes on. But again, if you hold the TV button for 5 seconds, it'll operate both. So let's go outside and take a look at the plants and the barbecue and the jacuzzi. You'll see there's various pots around the yard. There's about 15 pots both on the deck and here by the house. So go ahead and maybe water those about once every 3 to 4 days. Here's the water hose. So we just hit here and then we go and hit those. For the barbecue, basically we take off the top. We make sure we open the lid. Then we come back over to where the water hose is. And this black valve here we turn straight. Then these dials here we turn to high light. All 3 of them. And then we hold these 2 buttons, which are igniters, and it ignites the gas. So you want to be careful because it's actually exploding gas. Then when you want to turn it off, we go off. And then the most important thing is we go back to the house and we turn this switch again off. So let's go take a quick look at the jacuzzi equipment. Here's the jacuzzi.
Here's a few more plants right here. A couple behind a gazebo.
In order to turn the jacuzzi on, you have to come down into this subterranean area. First thing you do is you open up this box and push this lever to give energy for electrical. Then you can hear it come on. Then if you want to turn the pool light on, you flip this open and it's a regular switch just like a house switch. The most important thing though is this large heater, and this has a 3-way toggle. The middle is off, and then the right says pool and all the way to the left says spa. You want to make sure that it's off at all times except when you're in the jacuzzi and it's heating. If you're in the jacuzzi and you want heat, you turn it all the way to the right or all the way to the left. Again, always be sure that if you're not in the jacuzzi, you're all done and you're going to turn everything off. This needs to go in the middle, otherwise it will automatically come back on in the middle of the night. So make sure that it's in the off.
And the temperature.
Don't have to do anything.
We're done?
Yep. So we got the